Welcome to the Microsoft acquisition of Nuance, which is a significant step for both companies and the tech industry. The Nuance Corporation is a pioneering speech recognition and artificial intelligence company that has been at the forefront of revolutionizing healthcare solutions and natural language processing. Their innovations have had a significant impact on various sectors. Nuance is headquartered in Massachusetts with around 6,500 employees. Nuance developed speech recognition from the humble beginnings of Dragon, which had its genesis in the early 2000s. A major event for Nuance occurred in 2013 when Nuance partnered with Apple to support Apple's Siri voice assistant. And of course, the latest major event for Nuance was the Microsoft acquisition. Nuance's stock value has kind of an interesting history. It started out as an average small cap stock, took a little bit of a bumpy run from 2005 to 2013, and was a sleeper for a long time until it entered a high growth phase beginning in 2019 and shot up like a rocket leading up to and after the Microsoft acquisition. The healthcare market is a large and growing market, and Microsoft Corporation believes that Nuance Corporation's products and services will help it to capture a larger share of this market. Microsoft's strategic intent behind the acquisition is to leverage Nuance's advanced speech recognition capabilities and AI expertise, primarily within the healthcare sector. This move aims to enhance Microsoft's offerings and market presence in healthcare technology. You'll notice Microsoft's stock price had a nice run from the time it announced the Nuance acquisition, which was significant because it was the second largest Microsoft acquisition after LinkedIn in 2016. Over 2022, Microsoft stock sold off quite a bit while investors weighed the implications of how Nuance would be absorbed into Microsoft. However, with all the latest hype surrounding AI in general and ChatGPT specifically as it monetizes ChatGPT Plus, Microsoft stock recovered much of its lost territory. Microsoft has a stock trading history of rising to great heights followed by volatile trading. It seems Microsoft's latest focus is to grow by acquisition while it continues to grow its core businesses. As you can see, this acquisition was a big whopper with extra mayo, cheese, and tomatoes coming in at $18.7 billion. What's really interesting is goodwill represents an incredible 87% of the acquisition deal paid for mostly in cash. Although the total for assets and liabilities remained the same in fiscal year 2023, what we see is Microsoft increased goodwill by $18 million up to $16.326 billion from $16.308 billion in fiscal year 2022. Other assets decreased $17 million down to $42 million, and liabilities increased by $1 million up to $1.972 billion. The main takeaway here is that Microsoft reassessed that Nuance brought more goodwill to the acquisition than previously calculated. This substantial goodwill on Microsoft's balance sheet was allocated across various business units influenced by the acquisition, reflecting multiple synergies. The key areas of the Intelligent Cloud segment that are revenue and income drivers are Azure, SQL Server, Visual Studio, GitHub, and Nuance, along with many other smaller properties. In the 2023 annual 10K, Nuance is factored into the line item for Intelligent Cloud revenue and operating income without further details of component operating units. There are many units besides Nuance that make up the Intelligent Cloud section, but Microsoft spares us the details. Beyond goodwill, the acquisition resulted in the recognition of intangible assets such as patents, trademarks, customer relationships, and marketing-related advantages. These assets were identified as valuable components contributing to the acquisition's overall value. There's not much to say about the other assets except for the fact they are PPE. A researcher who is interested could look at past annual reports of Nuance prior to the acquisition to get a sense of what some of those other assets might be. Nuance was operated conservatively and didn't carry a lot of debt when it was acquired. The public relations pro forma financial information shared in 2022 is what we would like to see reported in line items in the fiscal year 2023 annual report. The revenue and earnings per share figures in 2022 were based on Microsoft's financial projections. The cost synergies figure was based on the estimated savings that Microsoft expects to achieve by combining Nuance Corporation's operations with its own. In the reportable segments section of the 10K, this screen shows all the information Microsoft is willing to publicly share about the Intelligent Cloud segment. The actual values for the 2022 projected pro forma financial line items Microsoft got us all excited about are not reported. So, we don't have a lot to go on, with a lot to be desired for those with a particular interest in what Microsoft is doing in the Intelligent Cloud area, especially in the artificial intelligence and deep machine learning departments. What we mostly learn here is that Azure is the main revenue and operating income driver in this segment. In reference to Nuance, Microsoft informs us in a roundabout way, once you take the time to do a little math, that Nuance added $168 million to operating expenses due to the acquisition and employee severance expenses. The Intelligent Cloud segment is an important area of growth for Microsoft, and as such, the footnotes reveal very little competitors can use for their own cloud and AI growth strategies. Microsoft has always kept strategic financial information close to the chest with a poker face, so the bare minimum of information it provides in the footnotes doesn't come as a surprise. It's business as usual. The methods employed to ascertain fair values align with established accounting standards. Microsoft also used a hierarchy of fair values in its analysis. This ensured that the values assigned to individual assets and liabilities were reliable and defensible. The risks associated with the acquisition are important for users of financial information to understand. The healthcare market is a complex and competitive market, and Microsoft could face challenges in integrating Nuance Corporation's operations into its own. There are also market uncertainties and potential disruptions in Nuance's core sectors. That said, Microsoft believes the acquisition is a good strategic fit and that it has the resources to manage the risks involved. In conclusion, this is a major transformative acquisition that has the potential to position Microsoft as a dominant force in AI-driven healthcare technology. There are many opportunities that lay ahead and many avenues to address the challenges for successful integration and expansion. I hope you found this presentation informative and interesting. Thanks for watching.